What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction from Heroes Reforged. We are on the penultimate episode of Creature Commandos. Already, first show of the year, already coming to a close. Already.
I know.
It's
Crazy.
like we just started this damn thing. But, of course,
Don't
you guys want to
worry.
watch along. You guys
There's
can check
gonna
out
be
all the
lots of shows
reactions
after.
on our Patreon.
We've got what's coming up next.
No, keep
Adam? We've
talking at
got-
the same time, you guys. People love it.
No.
People love
Yeah.
it. It's the best.
All I was gonna say, and I want to say this too, because we've been talking about our sort of 2025 and what we've got mapped out. And Creature Commandos was a surefire. We had to watch it, and I'm super stoked that we did. I don't know if other animated superhero shows that are coming out this year, we're gonna do all of them for YouTube. That's all I'll say. So, like Adam said, join the Patreon because we'll watch everything, and it's gonna go to the Patreon. I'm talking Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Marvel Zombies later in the year, everything. What If Season 3 is gonna be on there soon. Everything. But on YouTube, it might be a bit of a trickle. So we're for sure doing like Invincible when that comes out later. But you know, and Daredevil, the live action Daredevil Born Again, don't worry about that. But I don't know if every show's gonna make the cut this year. So you want to hang with us after party?
And that's and the
Patreon.
God's honest truth is like, you know, we have to be really picky choosy with what we put on the channel, because like if Doom Prophecy, for example, was a show that we like, we enjoyed watching it, but it just doesn't do well. So we have to be somewhat picky choosy because, you know, we pay editors to help us edit down all these episodes, and it's a lot of work to like QC these episodes, make the thumbnails, upload them. So when we're doing that, we want to make sure that it shows and material that we think is going to perform the best. And sometimes like we'll willingly take a risk on something because we think it's important to like a universe or the introduction of a character or whatever the case may be. You know, like we're doing Secret Level, which is like a totally out of left field thing that we're like, well, this is a cool idea, cool concept for an anthology series. They're very short, so like we can turn these over. But yeah, things like What If, things like Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, it's gonna be like a case-by-case basis. And you know, I know we literally in the last episode just talked about animation, how people don't like give it a chance, and it's tough because we would love to continue to spotlight more and more animation, but if the audience doesn't show up for it, we have to make some decisions too.
I'm putting the blame on YouTube, Adam. Don't worry, it's not our fault. We love animation, but
I know it's not our fault.
It's everybody watching right now who won't watch those shows as much as other stuff. So that's you know.
It's like Daredevil Born Again. It's gonna get 100,000 views probably. Of
course it's gonna watch.
But you know, like Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man might get like 10,000, and it's like,
I got bills to pay.
Anyway, you guys ready to get into this penultimate ep?
No.
Yes.
James Gunn is gonna rip my heart out again. So.
Oh God. Well, let's see what he does. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
This is the Dr. Phosphorus episode.
Yeah. Is this Gotham City?
Maybe.
Yikes.
Alex, you ain't going nowhere. Won't you get that through your soul?
Ooh.
Is that Rupert Thorne?
Yeah, I think that was Rupert Thorne. That's pretty awesome. And it sounded like he was being.
Oh, okay.
It sounded like he was being voice acted by Stephen Root, who people might know as he was from Office Space, and he was in the show Barry. Actor and voice actor.
He's whistling the theme song.
That's funny.
That's great.
I wonder how long we're gonna have to wait to see some of the other Creature Commandos in like live action projects. Like what on the slate that we know could these characters fit into other than maybe like Waller season 1 or Peacemaker season 2? Swamp Thing.
It might
that's
show
a
up
good
in
one.
Swamp Thing. I could see them in a, you know.
Don't sneak up on me like that. They're trying to kill us. What option do I have but to sneak?
Can?
Or Gal.
Maybe.
Either way, we know what this is. No, I think it is Can.
Tell them to pretend like we're not here, or I will blow your head off.
Oh my God, you're crazy. You're always so hyper.
Як две фигури да влизат тук, може да са опасни.
Maybe you saw Radka and Sylvia returning from the store.
They're good because they're all professional actors.
Yep.
Our girls would all like to get to know our handsome royal knight more intimately.
Thank God.
Fine. We helped you, yes?
Oh, Shore. Nice.
I think we'll hang here till the heat is off.
Maybe we can make it, like, fun? You know, do something to pass the time. Do you guys have categories?
Oh my God.
Doctor, my name is Amanda Waller. I'm the director of Argus. This man, General Rick Flagg, reports to me. What happened?
I don't know. He's in a coma.
Clayface happened.
Mm-hmm.
He had bolts on his head.
Eric Frankenstein.
Oh, God.
He could stop her from assassinating the princess, which, according to Cersei, is how World War III starts.
Get operatives watching the local airports immediately.
I can't help but look at Economos, and it's like the dye-beard job. Yeah. Like they made it a part of his.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
Wow.
God damn it, Eric.
Well, he wasted no time.
Do you believe in love, my friend? I do. And the woman I love is about to make a tragic mistake, and I need to warn her.
Jesus.
Why don't you do what you were born to do, to play your small role in this romantic adventure and turn the fuck around and fly?
Oh, my God.
Terrifying, dude.
Oh, man.
Terrifying.
Guys, remember when David Harbour was in Suicide
design
Squad?
is amazing. Sorry, what, Adam?
When David Harbour was in the first Suicide Squad movie, I totally forgot about that.
Funny.
Was he?
Yeah, he was like one of the office guys of...
Yep.
Of,
Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller's, yeah.
Is Weasel about to eat some wolves?
Hey, man, Weasel's got to do what Weasel's got to do.
Yep.
What easel, buddy?
What easel? What does he do?
Yeah. We should watch Encino Man.
We should. Yeah. It's so good.
Just do all the Pauly Shore movies.
I grew up watching that movie, and like now I know where Encino, California is. It's so funny. I'm like, oh yeah. That's cool, dude.
That's crazy.
Jeez. Remember when he stepped on someone's face last episode and completely smushed it?
Dude, I forgot about it until you just mentioned it. Now I remember. Yeah, it's seared into my brain. Yeah, he looks like Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk,
it's great.
yeah.
He does, yeah.
There is some other way.
Jeez.
No.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
But this is the way it has to be.
Jesus.
Damn, dude.
They're gonna frame him for it?
Oh my God.
Get his prince in there good.
Damn, dude. Rupert Thorne. You forget Rupert Thorne's a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Now I want him to go full phosphorus and kill these guys. Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
It's funny how Rupert Thorne looks just like the Batman the Animated Series version of Rupert Thorne.
In every version, I feel like.
Yes.
Oh.
Gladden, hungry?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Please tell me he's going to throw the stick.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh my God.
Made some buddies.
You know
Does
that in the
Weasel
last
have
episode,
a
Weasel...
superpower?
I don't know, dude. But Weasel's going to show up with these dogs, and he's going to like save the day.
Take down the whole army.
Men are always looking for...
exotic.
How they say? A bit of strength. As opposed to source of pleasure. This is how you respect yourself.
Damn, homie.
You do everything you can to die.
Right, don't!
I must agree with your friend.
She's not my friend.
Don't do that.
Bonjour.
Look at this fine piece of...
Oh, these guys are dead. They're dead.
Yeah. They're toast.
Yeah.
They're cooked.
What a wonderful life worth struggling for.
It's Irish as hell.
Oh my God.
What is going
so
on?
Silly.
This little kid gonna get radiation poisoning, dude. Get out of there,
I know.
little kid.
Get out of there, kid.
I really wish you wouldn't have come out here.
I don't want to risk you telling anyone I was here.
No, leave her alone.
Dude.
Come on.
Oh, man.
This is where the magic happens.
Oh, this is the machine they threw him in?
Can't see through your made-up stats and research. Now it is my ass on the line.
Mr. Fool. This looks like it might be the real thing.
Sensitive about giving nuclear secrets to another.
Oh, what a prince. Right, guys? Throwing his dead wife.
Oh, my God.
Pack all the files up. Grab the hard drives.
Bro,
What about him?
He's toast. Nuclear toast. Jesus.
This is an awful way to die. But he gets powers, but
Yeah.
Scientist who goes crazy, murders his family, and then commits suicide by atomizing himself with nuclear energy.
Jesus.
Skelet. Yeah. Skeleton, that's me.
Skelet.
He's eating cornflakes.
Not sure what that means.
Maybe pretty skeleton?
Jesus.
Don't mess with Rupert Thorne.
I think Rupert Thorne's about to be killed in the
Yeah, he's about to
DC
atomize
universe
your
right
balls.
now.
Come on, man. Leave this little girl alone.
Yeah.
Think of your daughter.
It looks like I'm smiling too.
But I'm never smiling.
Whoa.
What now?
Oh,
Ed. God damn.
Bye.
No one touches the girls in a way they don't want to be touched.
I do what I want. Hey, Fatto.
Oh, superpower guy.
Well, let me state plainly the rules of Madame Girls.
Oh, she's gonna fuck his shit up.
But they cannot use their powers on Prince.
Jesus.
Lucky for you, that's just the kind of thing that gets me going.
Nope.
Get out, like she said.
What kind of freak are you?
Get him.
Everywhere I go, a whore is trying to ruin my fun. Let's kill all of them and get the hell out of here.
Oh, jeez, Paddy again. All right.
Oh, man. Wasted no time.
Zero.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
Come on.
Sick.
Oh, nice.
Beat this man's ass with your bare hands. There you go. There you go.
That's right.
Listen, buddy, you asked for it.
Oh, shit. She Viltrumited him.
Yeah.
Good night.
Oh.
That's wild, dude.
Pull the good old Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Put it in a little doggy bag.
Oh. You forgot your badass jacket.
It's because I was saving you again, idiot.
Because you are, my friend.
Get over yourself, fish.
Oh, my God.
Okay, but how are they walking so calmly in the street?
Mm-hmm.
Look at these besties.
Oh, man.
No, don't make me sad. Don't try to make me sad.
Oh.
That's not the princess,
Wait,
though.
No, it is.
No,
it
it's
can't
not.
be.
He's just like putting them together.
I think he's imprinting.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
now I want to go save the princess.
Huh?
Jesus.
This is the flashback? I hope.
I think so.
Yeah, this is him coming out of the...
Thorn!
Oh, God.
I want to see.
That's a meta sleaze. Oh, my God.
Yes.
I can see if you're on the list.
Buddy, he's... Yep. Well,
all right, man.
Hey.
Shouldn't have taken that job working for Rupert Thorne.
Jesus.
Oh, and it's his family.
Oh, in front of his family.
Oh, God. They're all cooked.
You know what?
Industrialist and reputed crime figure Rupert Thorne was found dead today.
Well, he ain't gonna be in the DCU. All right.
Nope. And he killed the 2 kids.
Damn.
Oh, of course he killed the 2 kids.
This guy, yep. Jeez.
Jesus. Didn't even get to get his groceries at Trader Joe's.
Let me go.
I mean, part of it's like, sorry, dude, it's
From this
karma,
moment
because
forward,
all of these
everything
people
that was Rupert Thorne's is now mine.
had something to do with this guy's family getting killed.
Yeah. Cool.
Jesus.
He becomes a crime lord.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Who's gonna stop him? Batman? Who's gonna like eventually
It's
put him in
gotta be Batman.
Belle Reve, right?
Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
Yep,
There
Batman.
he is.
There's our boy.
Nice.
I'd like to thank all of the internet for ruining that for me. Thanks.
Oh, really? Oh, bummer.
Yeah. The moment I opened social media, it was like, oh my god.
Sad.
Would you folks mind telling me which way to the castle?
I'm glad he didn't kill the little girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting power set because like he can still touch and interact with things.
He can tone it down.
Come on.
Yeah.
I picture it as years ago. I learned how the Human Torch works.
How does this tie into everything?
And even when Johnny Storm is the Human Torch, he can control it enough to not burn somebody but still touch them. I still think she's the Ultra Humanite, dude.
I guess we'll find out next episode.
Oh, here they
They're all
are.
making their way to the
reassembling.
castle.
Well, I guess this is it.
Oh my god.
Let's go kill a princess.
End of episode.
The way Weasel walks, it's like a corpse.
I know. Yeah,
3
it's like a zombie.
darts is too much.
Oh man, they're really setting up that end, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're convinced that the princess is the Ultra Humanite?
Yeah. Yes.
Please elaborate, Hector.
Well, we talked about this before, didn't we? It's the thing of
the first like major DC villain.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the fact that James Gunn loves a deep cut, and the fact that it is a prominent DC villain, but it's not like a Lex Luthor or Sinestro or Joker or any of these characters that have a lot of baggage. And James is obsessed with the gorillas throughout the DC universe, and he's a prominent bad guy gorilla, but he's not Gorilla Grodd. And it's a character that can lead to a reveal because the character is in one form, and it just keeps putting its brain in the bodies of different characters over and over and over again until they get to the white gorilla version of the Ultra Humanite.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is happening, and I think it would be a fun reveal. And at this point, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be disappointed, James. So it better be that way. We'll see.
I know nothing about the Ultra Humanite, so every time you
sure you do,
tell me,
because you
Hector,
watched Justice League. You watched Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and he was in that show.
Okay. Because I just remember
the
Gorilla
big-brained
Grodd from
white
that.
gorilla. Oh, there's a big-brained white gorilla.
Oh,
it was
that's
really
the guy?
smart.
Oh, okay.
Lex Luthor, like sipping on tea and shit, and just being like, no, everyone is so beneath me. Like that was the Ultra Humanite. So
yeah.
For some reason, Gorilla Grodd is the only one who stands out after all these years. But yeah, you're right. Now that you said it,
Gorilla
that
Grodd
makes sense.
is a pretty is like maybe the most prominent gorilla in DC universe, I guess.
Yeah,
or
I think so.
recognizable. Yeah. So
probably in all of comic books. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. You know, the thing that like, and I don't think it's super important necessarily, but it is something that I'm kind of curious about is like, what is this show setting up or contributing to like the DC universe other than it just being about the Creature Commandos?
Sure.
You know, like
Fun show.
Yeah, and like I'm sure that these questions will be answered in the future when these characters come back and we see them pop up in other projects. But you know, you think of something like Superman. Superman obviously has big implications for setting up the DC universe, not only because of establishing who Superman is and how he reacts and interacts with all these other characters, but also the characters that are in it and like what all of those parts play in the like expansion of the universe. And I am curious with like starting with something that is definitely way more obscure than Superman. How much of an impact will this show have on the universe, or is it really just like, and I'm using this kind of loosely, but like slice of life, just look into the DC universe of like this very random group of characters, and it's more just think, like an introductory like appetizer to like what the DC universe can be.
It's tough because you can answer that question two ways. The first way is, what did James Gunn's work on Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and I guess 2, what were the long-lasting impacts of that to the larger franchise, the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Well, his first Guardians movie had Thanos in it, and but how much of that was like stuff that was James Gunn, or was that just in the script to begin with? Nicole Perlman wrote a first draft of the script. Was that always Marvel's plan to sprinkle in Thanos throughout? But in terms of like the tonality of what those movies did, and now I think when you look at the MCU, it's like very easy to accept any space thing because of how good those movies were. Like James just basically defined the cosmic corner of the Marvel universe. And so in film, it exists the way that we think of it now as basically a variation of a Guardians of the Galaxy. When you try to ask that question with DC, with his DC work, he did The Suicide Squad and then he did Peacemaker. What did that movie and show add to the larger DC universe? I guess before it was fully rebooted or semi-rebooted, because then it was the DCEU. What did those projects bring to that franchise? And I think the first one was he brought in Starro the Conqueror, which was really silly and really Silver Age, but he tried to give it that like emotional sadness of like he just wanted to be left alone. He just, but if that Starro decision and the design feels so the opposite of like anything in the early DCEU movies, because it was pure comic booky. So I feel like James Gunn was trying to bring in some of that flavor and that style and trying to expand out the DCEU in a quick way by being like, no, there's other villains here. One of these villains, played by Idris Elba, he shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet. That happened in the comic books. We don't have time to show it. It just happened. Let's just move on. And then Peacemaker, same thing. There was another super intelligent ape because it was taken over by an alien, these little insectoid aliens. And then there was an alien invasion that they sort of stopped with that big gross cow thing. And then they kind of stopped it. And then at the very end of that show, the Justice League showed up, kind of, to just sort of acknowledge the presence of Peacemaker, his team, so Peacemaker could walk by him and call him fuckwads or whatever he did.
Late,
like whatever,
dickheads.
You dickheads. So like I feel like that was James Gunn's intention with that show, to be like, look, stuff happens. The Justice League and these other characters are never involved. They don't even know. But other grittier characters or like losery characters have to deal with it. But it's still in this larger world, and maybe we'll do something with these little alien invading, parasitic creatures at some point, whatever. But then again, after that show, universe reboot. So what is Creature Commandos setting up? Was it like, did that look like it was supposed to be modeled after Ben Affleck Batman? Or is that are they really going to adhere to that? Are they really going to adhere to that design when they do this new like Batman Brave and the Bold Batman? It's going to be this new live action Batman. I don't know. And I don't know. I think outside of, they want to introduce these new fun characters. They want to continue that flavor of like fucked up shit happens with this team and they're all kind of damaged people. And you root for them, or at least understand most of them. And maybe there'll be one or two sprinkling seeds of like, when we learned in this show that one of the characters got the telepathic vision of like, oh, the Justice League and these heroes get killed. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Peacemaker, and the rest. So like, is James Gunn moving towards that? Is that gonna play out? Maybe. But I don't know, because it is just so early, even though technically this is his third DC project, because the last two were sort of reshuffled. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think it like when you look at his previous work and his superhero stuff and what that set up, quote unquote, like what do you think this thing, what do you think this show is doing?
I mean, I think for me, when I look at the three projects that he's done, there is world building elements to it, but I feel like it's really about the characters. Like it's building out characters, and it's taking characters, some beloved like Harley Quinn, some that like, frankly, like I didn't know much about Peacemaker before that show, and really making me care about them. And I think at the end of the day, I like the approach that they're taking when it comes to this new DC universe and making it more world building focused and not story building focused, because the scenarios that they're in are important. And I would imagine that like some of those events will carry over in other projects. But I feel like, truthfully, at the end of the day, James Gunn wants us to either love or to hate or to feel really complex feelings about a lot of these characters. So when they show up in other projects, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be a great pair up because, you know, this character was great in this show. This character was great in this movie. I know it's going to be a solid pairing. But, you know, when you see like a Dr. Phosphorus show up in, let's say, Swamp Thing or whatever, you're like, damn, this is going to be really chaotic evil. And I don't know really what to expect from it. So I think it's more about like creating intrigue with the characters than necessarily being like, oh, this Pokolistani, you know, princess, the events of this assassination attempt is going to lead to like this in 5 years. I'm not really thinking about the DC universe in that way. And I feel like with Marvel, I've always been thinking about that of, especially, you know, like, you know, having guys like you who know Marvel really well, you know, they'll drop something in movie 13 that gets paid off in like movie 16. And you're like, see, the writing was on the wall, it was all here. Whereas with this, I feel like it's going to be so focused on the characters that I'm sure there will be plot lines that will lead off into other things and cross over, but I don't feel like it's going to be as heavy as maybe a lot of people think it will be. But I could be wrong.
It might not be. It might not be. Yeah.
I think there'll always be elements of that. I think James Gunn is going to appease the Hectors of the world and be like, oh, well, this thing's going to happen and this is going to happen. But I feel like what's most important here is, given that he's done a project like Peacemaker and a project like this, and they're all kind of like just crazy messed up characters, I can't think of a better juxtaposition of the perfect guy, Superman, to these characters. Like Superman is going to be the guy who's not like these people, who's not like, he's not going around swearing and like doing all these things. And that might sound kind of boring, but I think another way to phrase it is that like he's trying to set an example for all of us to follow. None of these characters that James Gunn has shown so far, as fun as they are and as cool as the stories have been and as well written as they've been, they're not like icons that you want to follow. Superman is going to be the icon that everybody is going to want to be like, in the juxtaposition of other characters like Peacemaker and the Creature Commandos and everybody else who's been presented in the past. And I think, I personally think that's my hypothesis going on here, because obviously we don't know what's going on, but I can't think of any other better way to set the tone for the world than like, it's crazy, it's fucked up, it's kind of weird. Stuff goes on that's, you know, kind of real, like the stuff with Weasel and, you know, like dudes being assholes. And the whole first half of the show was like neckbeards and incels, like trying to run everything and trying to set the tone, like all that stuff, right? It's like, it's all there. And we're playing in a world that mirrors our own. And Superman is going to be the shining beacon of hope in all of this. And I think that's great. I think that's what he's setting up. So yeah, it's a little bit of both of what you guys are saying, because he has to service the comic books. Like you guys know he's the ultimate nerd. He knows all this stuff back and forth, and he loves all the obscure characters. So we will get all that nerdy good, like like in issue 7 in 1974, there was this one, you know, villain that was great, and so we brought him back. And so, like, you know, I think all that stuff will be served in a very tasteful way without feeling too fan serving. But I think that's kind of his biggest hurdle right now, is getting everybody on board with Superman, because he is the good guy. And I think that's the way to do it, is like showing that the world is, it might be stuff that you've seen in the past. And I feel bad for people who have had really like tragic upbringings and, you know, stuff happens. And it's unfortunate and it's bad luck, and it's just, you know, and maybe some people can identify with that. And I hope that they will also see the beacon that is Superman when when it's all said and done. So that's my theory. We'll see if it pans out or not, but I think it's a good theory.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited for us when we get to our like discussion about the DC universe, because I'm excited to go through the slate and talk about the slate, because I think we've all seen such varying opinions about the slate. You know, how you're talking about, it's kind of just like, I don't want to say random.
You mean from that post we put up, and then people are like, "This looks like ass," and you're like, "Okay, let me just check your." Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. All right, great.
Yeah, but it is interesting. It's interesting to like take a very like aerial look at that slate, and talking about world building versus story building. I think a lot of people are looking at that slate and going like, I don't understand how this interconnects. And I think that's going to be another challenge for James Gunn, is to switch that mindset from people to not look at it like these 5 movies are building towards Brainiac. These next 5 movies are not building towards, some other big DC threat. It's just we are having opportunities where we have a universe and we have a bird's eye view, and then we're like diving into one and then coming out of it and going to the next one and coming out. It's different. It's going to be a different experience, I think. So.
Yeah, man. Men are dumb. Comic book men are even dumber. I count myself as one of those people, but like all they want is just, where's Batman? Where's Superman? Where's Batman? Where's Superman? Where's Batman? Where's Superman? It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, this is exactly the problem. There's other characters.
Exactly.
When man, oh man, the funniness of, I can't believe they're giving this character a movie.
Clayface,
and I'm like, oh, you don't think Swamp Thing would be a good movie? I'm like, oh, so you've read none comic books, first of all.
Yeah.
But secondly,
you don't know anything.
These exact people, I'm like, what were they saying in like 2012, 2013, when we heard about a movie called Guardians of the Galaxy? What were they saying when this was going to be a movie they introduced in phase 2 of the MCU?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Here's
and
the
it's
thing.
like, what,
they were
what
8
a risk.
years old, probably.
Yeah.
They were 8 to 10 years old.
Okay, good point. As I stroke my gray beards in my beard.
Exactly.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. I take it all back. They were children's. I apologize. I did not mean to be mad because these little baby boys did not have good media analysis skills. For sure. But the lesson here is read more comic books. The lesson here is, if you don't think Amanda Waller is an interesting character, you do the research.
Yeah.
It's so easy. You can Google it. We had to. The 3 of us old men grew up before internet times, where we would have to walk into a comic book store, and if the guy wasn't an asshole, he might help us and go, "Oh, by the way, this character is really cool, and here's some old comic books that have never been collected in a paperback, let alone they're not digitized on the internet. Check these out, and you can read a really great character named Amanda Waller." But it's so easy for you to just look up 10 best stories involving Amanda Waller. Number 1, like, just go to the top, just look that up. It's the Library of Alexandria is at your fingertips, and you're over here like, I don't get it, man. It's like, Jesus Christ, just punch in some keys and go do it. It's right there, dude. Do I need to walk you through it? It's right there.
It's literally in a 1-minute TikTok. Just find it. Find it. Somebody has
I
it.
guess.
And on top of that, you do that, and then you realize the characters that someone like Amanda Waller interacts with. And that already will just spark your imagination to like, who could be in the Amanda Waller show. It's not just a show about Amanda Waller. It's not a single camera drama.
It's not Amanda Waller goes to Trader Joe's. That's not the comic book.
You guys remember when we years ago talked about, oh man, they should do a She-Hulk show. Oh, they're doing a She-Hulk show? Dude, it'd be so great. She's a lawyer. It'd be great if Matt Murdock showed up in it.
Right.
Like when you... Matt Murdock, when you're a comic book fan, you know these things. And then years later, the Daredevil episode of She-Hulk comes out and everyone's like, oh, this is the best episode of the show. Like, this is so funny. This is so great. Charlie Cox killed it. Like, yes. And you go, yes, thank you. Right, exactly. You could have known this.
I'm never going to forget when we were talking about Spider-Man 3 before we knew anything about it. And we were talking about like, oh, it should be a court case drama. And I was like, and Matt Murdock should be his lawyer.
Matt Murdock.
Just so casually threw it out. And then sure enough, he was.
It was.
That's exactly what happens.
That's what happens when you just like immerse yourself in these universes. You can see the writing on the wall. You can kind of see in between the lines, and you can see the potential of what all these shows can do. And when you have an idea of like what some of the elements are, you can try to maybe piece together some of it.
Yeah.
Or Marvel has been mining our content for a decade now,
fine.
and they're not paying us. Marvel, we are on to you. We know what you're up to.
At the very least,
you sneaky fucks.
At the very least, let us come to some premieres or some shit. God damn, like something, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
We'll see.
Instead of some of these dickhead podcasters that talk shit about every Marvel movie and they're invited to all the okay, great. Marvel, you guys, that's how I know they're not mining content, because I'm like, no, they don't watch any of this stuff. Because if they did, they'd be
look and they see a follower count and they're like, oh, that's good enough.
That's they're horrific. They're saying awfully offensive stuff. Anyway, you're invited to the premiere. We'll see you at the El Cap.
Come over here.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
Great.
Say whatever you want to say.
It's
fine.
Man,
cool.
It's good stuff. One episode left, though. I can't wait to see how the story wraps up, and if there are any dangling threads, excited to see wherever they pick them up in future stories. Whether it's Peacemaker season 2 or Superman or Waller or whatever it's going to be. I cannot wait. It's been great so far. But of course, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about this episode? What are some of your predictions for the finale? Check out everything else that we're watching on Patreon. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Heroes Reforged is gonna react. Heroes Reforged is gonna review. Heroes Reforged is gonna discuss. That's why we are watching.